not out in the garage. I'm actually at my desk, a cluttered desk of all projects I'm working on simultaneously. So this is one of the metal bar clamp things that clamp the manifold to the side of the heads. As you can see, rusted, pitted. It's that ridge around the, just nasty. Anyway, so I went to my friend Mr. McMaster and his partner Carr, and I ordered a piece of 3/8 by 1. I think I bought 12 inches of it. So anyway, we're going to lop off 4 chunks of this and drill new holes in them and make new manifold clamps for the Jetstar 3. Also, while talking with Mr. McMaster and Mr. Carr, I ordered some new studs. I mismeasured a little bit, I think. That's one of the old ones. I wanted them to be a little bit longer, and well, nope. Actually, they're almost a tick shorter. So I'm going to go back on their website here in just a second and see if they make, because these are 3-inch, 3 or 3.5, whatever they are. See if they make one that's like just a little bit longer, because the nuts were like flush with the end of the studs on the old ones. So I'd like to get them another, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch longer-ish, something like that, so that I get a little more engagement of threads, some threads sticking out past the nut. So anyway, that's where we're at on the Jetstar update. I'm gonna probably just use soapstone and mark it. I don't know, mark it. I may, once I get in and cut them, and then there's part of me wants to get the calipers out and actually get the holes in the center. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's where we're at on the Jetstar 3. I put the heads and stuff, copper coated the gaskets, set the heads down on, went to tighten them down and realized, oh, dummy, you gotta torque the manifolds first to line the heads up. Otherwise, because it's 2-piece heads, one will be like this, one will be like that, and it'll never seal. So anyway, I'm getting new clamp blocks made. See about some slightly longer studs. And with Master Car, if I order them tonight, I'll have them tomorrow, most likely, because I ordered these yesterday. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, so back on these. I got the first set of 2. They might be a little long, I don't know. Whatever. And I've got it laid out, and you can see like a little center punch mark in there. So we'll just go ahead and, just set that up on there. That's close enough. Little chalk mark, or soapstone mark. Soapstone mark, and then we'll mark it with the angle thing. Yeah, square, and then we'll take it back out, and we'll mark it with the square, and then we'll caliper scribe where the center point is to get the punch mark in, and we'll go from there. Alright, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not. I can kind of sort of see it, but I've got my, of course, now I don't want to talk about it, you can't see it, but you can kind of see, of course, I've got my soapstone mark there. There's kind of a line there, and you can kind of sort of see the line here. If I get it. Yeah. Anyway, that's scribed out with the calipers. Put it in the middle, and we'll go use the automatic center punch and punch those in, and cut them off. We'll have 2 more just like this, and it'll be the 4 weeks. All right, back here in the garage. I'm caught up enough on some projects that got to get back on this thing right here, because a week from tomorrow, 2 weeks from tomorrow, I don't know, coming up, I'm running out of time to get this thing done for the Pioneer Engineer Show down in Rushville, Indiana. So in an earlier video, I set the heads down on here and kind of sort of, well, that's, I need to loosen those up. Kind of sort of torqued the nuts down and then went, oh, I can't do that. I made a mistake. I forgot something, and I said, hey, does anybody, it's kind of hoping maybe someone would chime in and say, oh yeah, you forgot to do that thing. And the thing I forgot to do, because of the split heads, you got to put the manifold on and torque it down before you torque the heads down. Otherwise, the heads can be way out of alignment and your manifold will never ever seal. So I got to peel that masking off. I didn't like, I think I did a video, I did not like the look of the manifold studs. They were a little short, threads were a little messed up, so I got with my buddies McMaster and Carr, and I got some new studs ordered. This is the second set of these I've ordered. These are 3 3/4 inches long, I think. Unfortunately, the originals were coarse thread on both ends, and the head end was an interference fit. So that when you finally got it torqued down, double nutted, whatever, into the head, she wouldn't come loose. Unfortunately, all mine came loose. What I can buy now is coarse on one end, fine on the other. Not a big deal, except I went to the local tractor shitty company store that doesn't really sell tractor supply parts. And they didn't have any fine thread frickin' nuts. So I went to that Wisconsin-based big box store here in town, and they had grade 8 flat washers and grade 8 nuts. Had to buy individual packs, but it was like 50 cents a piece for nuts, something like that for washers. So anyway, I got all that. The studs, interestingly enough, on the fine thread end, you can see it right, they have a hex drive hole in them. So you can take an Allen wrench, so rather than double nutting the threads and tightening them down, you just put an Allen wrench in there and wham bam, there you go. So I'm gonna get these studs installed. I'm not gonna put the manifolds on tonight, or not. I'm not going to put the manifold gaskets on. I am going to make sure I get all these loose. I've got some concerns that when I put the copper coat on there, that it has kind of glued the heads to the blocks, and when I tighten the studs down, or the manifold down, that it's going to twist and break that seal. I don't know. I don't know how important that copper coat really is. I guess we'll find out in a while. Anyway, so yeah, studs going on. Put it in the stud hole, dummy. Yeah. My wife's out of town. It's Thursday night. She and the ladies left this afternoon for their girls' weekend trip that they've been doing like once a year for a while. Fine with me, whatever. Doesn't bother me. Just means tonight when I go to bed, I don't have to worry about making sure I roll over and don't snore all night. I can snore to my heart's content. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these tightened down. We'll get the manifold set on there. Oh, I can't. Can't even do that yet. Oh boy. All right, we gotta go outside. Say hi to Minnie Jeep. Hi, Minnie. Oh, we gotta open this up because we gotta get to Mr. Drill Press, because we gotta drill holes and make new manifold clamps. All right, so I got plenty to do tonight. We'll get these drilled. Got the first one started. Anyway, we'll get these drilled. We'll get those on. Maybe we'll get the manifold on tonight. I don't know. Yeah, spraying for weeds in my
yard earlier tonight. Couldn't figure out why my pant leg kept getting wet. Apparently I dropped the tank and split a seam, or it's a piece of crap because it's from that Wisconsin-based big box store place, and I think, or that might be for the totally shit company that used to sell tractor parts. Wherever I got it from, it's got a split in the seam on one of the corners. And yeah, so, all right, well, that's what I got going on tonight. Trying to get the studs in, get my clamps drilled on that machine over there, and see if we can get the manifold hung on it and get those snugged down. I do need to make sure I go through and loosen all these head studs, nuts again. And maybe they're just, maybe I did and they're just glued down with paint. I don't know. I need to make sure these are all loose. So when I do get the manifold on, I'm gonna pull it down tight. It pulls up tight. I do know that the heads are not lined up. I laid a straight edge it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's some wiggle wobble. There's a gap here on this one, so this one's poked out a little bit, or the other one's poked in a little bit. I don't know. It's not perfect, and with the issues we've got with the pitting in the head, I need this to be as good as I can get it. So make sure these are loose, get these set, get the holes drilled, make my new clamps, hang the manifold on, snug these down pretty good with the new grade 8 flat washers and nuts. And yeah, we'll bring you back when we have made some progress. All right, let's see if we can do this one-handed and blind. Get my readers out so I can see what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, looks like tomorrow's trash day. Just put the can out. So I got a little prick mark down there. That looks pretty close. Go ahead and tighten this up. Yeah, we're gonna call it good. Turn it on. Give it a bump. Yeah, it looks good now. Go ahead and move it up. I'm just using ATF fluid for my drill lube because I got lots of Dodges that you're always putting transmission fluid in Dodges. So I got lots of quart bottles with just a little speck in the bottom. So I just dump it in and save it, whatever. Anyway, we'll drill this out and then we'll go to the next size. All right, got the starter hole in there. There we go. Take it tight. Move that up some more. Eventually I'll have to chip brush all that stuff out of it. Anywho, back on. And now we're going slightly bigger. So much slightly less bigger. She just walking around, just like that. All right, so there's that one. Now we will take this one out. And we will open the chuck. Open up, Chuck. Come on. Ah, for crying out loud. Yeah. Gotta lower the table a little because she doesn't want to go in there too freaking long. Which means we're gonna have to recenter the piece back on the. All right, so there's that. Yeah, not even close. That seems pretty close. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, same as last time. All right. I gotta tighten that up, and I'll be back when we're drilling. All right, I think we should be good. Give it a shot of lube. Everyone likes the little lube before it gets drilled, right? Shot of stuff or more, you know, whatever. Oh, don't get too aggressive. Just let the tool do the work. Don't try to force it. Gentle pressure until you get a big long chip, and then you back off for a second and it breaks off. Oh, there you go again. Like that. More lubey. ATF might not be the best for this. I don't know, just what I got. Price is right, you know. Yep. You've never rebuilt an engine, restored an engine, doing what I'm doing, and wonder when you hear how long it takes. Why does it take so long? Well, because you got to make things sometimes. You can't just press print on your 3D printer and let it go overnight. You gotta run the knob yourself. You gotta be part of the process. That takes time. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, just about through, I think. Uh-oh, come on. There we go. Let me see down. Can you see down in there? We're just about to the bottom. Just got the last little bit. Oh, come on. Don't try that at home, kids. It's a dumb kid way of doing things, and I'm a dumb kid. All right. There we go. Just like that, we're all the way through. Yeah, don't wipe that with your fingers and get metal splinters, dummy. You know better than that. Clean that off a little bit, enough that we can get this out of here. Tank terribly wrong. It's got some burrs on the backside we'll have to clean out, but or not. Put that on the inside. So these right here. Go right there. 2 down. Oh, look at that. They're even the right size. They don't. Oh, man. Measure 17 times. Cut twice. All right. Something like that. Beauty. All right. Well, I'm going to get the other 2 done. Get them done. I'll deburr. I'll degrease, deburr, do all the good stuff. Clean those up. Make sure all those nuts are loose. And then maybe we'll hang the manifold.